Welcome to episode 356, where I'm talking about imbalances and disorders which can occur in the fat channel or Meda Vaha Srotas. These could be disorders such as obesity, hypothyroidism, and diabetes, to name a few. I also discuss the possible causes of these disorders and a holistic Ayurvedic protocol for management of these conditions. So please stay tuned. Hi there, I'm your host Colette, and on this podcast I will be sharing the teachings of Ayurveda, yoga, and holistic health practices. Now, if you're new to Ayurveda, I recommend checking out the first couple of episodes where I do an introduction to Ayurveda and the mind-body types. Thanks for listening, and now here's a new episode. If you're passionate about holistic health, Kerala Ayurveda Academy welcomes you to upgrade your lifestyle, align with nature, and inspire others to do the same. Courses are available for beginners as well as advanced learners and professionals, both online and in person in the beautiful Bay Area, California. Join this fall to learn Marmor therapy for energy healing or an introductory course on Vedic astrology. To learn more, visit keralaayurveda.us/courses. And for $100 off tuition on a long-term beginner Ayurvedic training program or 10% off a short program, use the code ELEMENTS when you apply or register. And you'll find all those details in the show notes. Hey there, and welcome back to the Elements of Ayurveda podcast. It's me, Colette, today for a solo episode, and I'm talking about the imbalances and the disorders which can manifest in the Meda Vaha Srotas or the fat channel. So let me break down some information about Meda Vaha Srotas first of all. Let's start with Meda Dhatu. Meda Dhatu is our fat tissue. It's the fourth tissue formed from the elemental juice produced after digestion, and it takes 20 days to be formed. So that's the fat tissue. And in this episode, I'm focusing on Meda Vaha Srotas, which are the channels carrying the nutrients for the fat tissue. Meda Vaha Srotas is responsible for lubrication, protection, insulation, and adding bulk to the body, providing energy and sweating, as sweat is the mala or byproduct of Meda Dhatu, the fat tissue. The mula or root of Meda Vaha Srotas are the adrenals and the omentum. The omentum is a large, flat, adipose tissue layer which nestles on the surface of the intraperitoneal organs, which includes the stomach, spleen, liver, the duodenum, and the kidneys. The kidneys are surrounded by a huge amount of fat, and the adrenals sit on top of the kidneys. The adrenal cortex regulates fat metabolism. The marga or passage of the Meda Vaha Srotas is the subcutaneous fat tissue, which is the fat just under our skin. And the opening or mukha of this channel are the sweat glands. Now, if you want to know more about the functioning of Meda Vaha Srotas and the subdoshas involved, then check out episode 286, because in this episode, I'm focusing on the imbalances and the disorders in this channel. And so let's start with the signs and symptoms of aggravation in Meda Vaha Srotas. It could be weight gain, obesity, and then on the other end of the spectrum, there could be weight loss and emaciation. Pre-diabetic symptoms like thirst, excessive urination, a sticky feeling and sweet taste in the mouth, lack of lubrication for the joints, hypertension, high cholesterol and triglycerides, sweating in excess, edema, excessive oiliness on the body, underactive thyroid, slow digestion or Agnimanda, feeling breathless with little exertion, tiredness and a lack of interest in work, excessive sleep, and excessive body hair, or the opposite can also be a sign of aggravation, which is a lack of body hair. And so those are some of the signs and symptoms of aggravation in the fat channel. And if these symptoms are not pacified and dealt with, then they can go on to manifest into disorders. And now I'm going to go through some of those typical disorders of Meda Vaha Srotas. The first one being obesity, or it's called Staula in Sanskrit. And this can be caused by an imbalance of the Kapha dosha in the Meda dhatu, in the fat tissue. Agni Manda, or slow digestive fire, can lead to improper digestion and metabolism, leading to an excessive accumulation of fat tissue, which can accumulate in different areas of the body and may block channels also, causing problems with the flow of nutrition and oxygen in the body, leading to a shortness of breath, lethargy, and excessive sweating. There can also be problems with the weight-bearing joints, such as the hips and the knees, due to excessive weight gain. The next disorder is the opposite of obesity, which is emaciation, or karsha in Sanskrit. And this is a disorder related to Meda Vaha Srotas, and it's characterized by a significant reduction in body weight and muscle mass due to improper functioning of Meda Vaha Srotas and other bodily systems. A Vata dosha imbalance can lead to depletion of body tissues, especially Meda dhatu, the fat tissue. Hyperlipidemia is the next condition, and this is the very high levels of lipids or fats in the blood, which can be caused by an aggravation of the Kapha dosha and an imbalance in the Meda dhatu, the fat tissue, leading to compromised Agni, the digestive fire, and this can cause improper lipid metabolism, resulting in excess lipid accumulation in the bloodstream. There can be a long-term risk of cardiovascular diseases with hyperlipidemia, including atherosclerosis, heart attack, and stroke. Hypothyroidism is also related to Meda Vaha Srotas, the fat channel, and it involves the underproduction of thyroid hormones, which can lead to various metabolic issues, including those affecting Meda dhatu, the fat tissue. The Kapha dosha is primarily aggravated in this disorder due to its heavy and slow qualities, which lead to a sluggish metabolism. Vata and Pitta imbalances can also contribute, affecting overall hormonal regulation, digestion, and metabolism, contributing to the buildup of ama or toxins and affecting Meda dhatu and dysfunction in Meda Vaha Srotas, which can lead to issues like weight gain, sluggishness, and lipid metabolism disorders. And then we have a disorder called metabolic syndrome, which is the term used for numerous conditions which increase the risk of heart disease, stroke, and diabetes. This can manifest due to imbalanced Kapha dosha and an imbalance in Meda dhatu, the fat tissue, leading to excess weight, high blood pressure, and elevated cholesterol and blood sugar levels. And the final disorder I'm highlighting is diabetes, or prameya, as it's known in Ayurveda, which is a metabolic disorder that is caused by the body's inability to break down glucose, which results in high blood sugar levels over a prolonged period. It can result due to an imbalance in Kapha and Vata doshas and a weakened digestive fire or Agni, leading to improper digestion and impaired Meda dhatu metabolism. So there are just some of the disorders which can manifest in Meda Vaha Srotas. And now I want to look at some of the possible causes of these aggravations. Well, we see that a Kapha imbalance came up regularly in these disorders. So Kapha aggravating foods like the sweet and salty taste, dairy, which can cause a lot of mucus, cold, oily, and heavy foods can cause imbalances in Meda Vaha Srotas, resulting in excess Meda dhatu or fat tissue. While Vata aggravating foods like astringent, bitter, and pungent taste, along with dry, light, cold foods and cold drinks, can result in a depletion of Meda dhatu, and that could lead to emaciation. Emotional eating, overeating, undereating, and irregular eating habits, a sedentary lifestyle with a lack of exercise, and again, on the opposite end of the spectrum, you could have over-exercising, causing a depletion of Meda dhatu. daytime sleeping and sleeping after eating, which interrupts the digestive process and can result in the formation of ama or toxins. Excessive stress on the body, and that could be emotional stress, unresolved emotions, or stress due to overexercising. Ongoing stress can cause the adrenal glands to function below their appropriate level, which can cause weight gain or loss. Remember, I mentioned earlier that the adrenal cortex regulates fat metabolism. And then we have incompatible food combining. What we eat is so important. And if the combinations of the food we're eating are incorrect according to Ayurvedic principles, then they can cause digestive upset and may lead to ama or toxin formation. And I covered food combining in detail in episode 26, What Do I Eat? So there are some of the possible causes of aggravation of Meda Vaha Srotas. And now I'm going to move on to a Ayurvedic holistic approach to managing these disorders in the fat channel. And first of all, we always want to start with a comprehensive consultation, which must be performed to determine the rogi's prakruti and vikruti so that an individualized strategy can be put together along with tailored advice given to the rogi. Cleansing the body is very beneficial with disorders in Meda Vaha Srotas, and it's important that the cleansing protocol is tailored to the rogi, because if there's excessive fat tissue, then a lightening protocol is best. However, if there's low body weight or emaciation, then there needs to be a building and rejuvenating protocol put in place. And this tailored protocol can help to either lighten or build the body, whichever is necessary, can help to make sure that the agni, the digestive fire, is functioning optimally, and eliminate any accumulation of ama or toxins in the body and pacify the doshas, along with many other benefits. It's important also to educate the rogi and explain what they should be eating and when they should be eating, and tailoring it all to their unique constitution so that they can feel confident in managing their health and also be an active participant in their health care. Ayurvedic herbs can also be very helpful to help control blood sugar levels and aid in metabolism as well. And of course, implementing more physical activity in the case of excess Meda dhatu, or in the case of a lack of Meda dhatu, then you want to bring in more calming, pacifying activities. And these activities should be appropriate for the rogi's age and ability and so on, along with incorporating stress management techniques, which are a vital practice in a holistic protocol. And explaining to the rogi the importance of living in tune with the circadian rhythm and performing daily dinacharya, the self-care practices, to help keep the mind and body in balance and prevent reoccurrence, preventing imbalances and disease. And all in all, with this holistic protocol, you're obviously bringing the rogi back into balance, getting to the root of the cause of the disease, and then educating and empowering the rogi to take charge of their health and well-being. As always, there's no one size fits all in Ayurveda, and that's why it's really necessary to tailor the treatment plan to each individual. And if you need support on your healing journey, or you want to start living the Ayurvedic principles, then please check out my online services. I have my online consultations. I have the Digestive Reset Cleanse. This is a tailored at-home cleanse that comes with a 90-minute online consultation. And I have two options with the cleanse. There's a private cleanse where you get to choose your own dates and have me one-to-one for support. And then I have a group cleanse 3 times a year. The next discounted group cleanse starts October 4th, 2024. So obviously that's a set date, and there's group support. I have a private online forum where we get together and support each other and hold each other accountable. And then if you'd like to study by yourself, I have the Daily Habits for Holistic Health program. That's a 28-day self-paced program. And then you can put all these together in one package, which is my Reset, Restore, Renew program. I have a comparison chart on my website where you can look at all these programs in detail. So I'll put a link in the show notes to that, or just go to my website, elementshealingandwellbeing.com. And if you have any questions before you book any of my services, please take advantage of my free 15-minute online Services Enquiry Call. We can hop on Zoom and I can answer all of your questions. So there you go. That was my insight into the imbalances in the Meda Vaha Srotas, or the fat channel. And I hope you're finding this information helpful. If you enjoy the podcast, you're getting benefit from it, I would really appreciate a rating and review wherever you listen to your podcast. And this will help others to find the podcast so we can spread this wisdom of Ayurveda. And if you haven't already subscribed or followed the podcast, please do so. And the new weekly episodes will automatically download for you. And come join me on social media. My new Instagram page is Elements of Ayurveda Podcast. And you'll find me on Facebook under Elements Healing and Wellbeing. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate your support. And until next time, take good care of yourself, be well, and bye for now. Slán go fóill.